Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys an eyeshadow palette haul. Mostly eyeshadow palettes. There's a brush set too that I'm going to show you. I picked these palettes up, the brush set up in April and May, mostly May, I would say, right? Is that right? Maybe towards the end of April, it doesn't matter. But over the last couple of months, I've picked up several eyeshadow palettes here. A couple of these things were gifted to me. One thing I found at TJ Maxx. And I've also decided, and I've mentioned this in my last couple of videos, that I will be going on a 6-month no-buy starting in June. No more eyeshadow palettes for 6 months. I do have some rules for myself around this no-buy. Number one, I will be repurchasing things that I run out of. For instance, you know, maybe I don't know, concealer or a foundation or something like that, which I have enough concealers and foundations that even if I ran out of something, I could just grab something else and use it. So I don't really anticipate buying those things really during that 6-month time span. In terms of the eyeshadow palettes, it's not going to be easy for me to go a full 6 months without getting an eyeshadow palette. And I know that there's a ton of things that are going to be released during that 6-month time span. There's things that are going to be released soon that I'm like, I really want to get them. But my goal here is to use things that I already have in my collection and get a good use out of the things that I have in my collection. Not just use them once or twice, but really use them, you know. I have plans to do palette bingos just by myself, you know, just choosing a palette, randomly generating the shades, create a look with those shades. Also using my random generator app to pick just different palettes to use for videos, like Get Ready With Me's, that type of thing. Shop my stash type videos. I really want to start doing Battle of the Palettes. I've been wanting to do that for pretty much ever since I started my channel, or shortly thereafter at least. I also want to do a series on my channel where I'm recreating challenging looks. I mentioned that in my last video. I have a Pinterest page and I've pinned or saved a lot of really beautiful looks that I'd like to recreate. See if I can recreate them. I thought that would be fun. I do know that on this platform, most often people want to see newly released makeup, especially newly released eyeshadow palettes. And so, you know, that might make my channel suffer a little bit because I'm not showing newly released eyeshadow palettes. But you know what? I don't care. It's not all about that for me. It never really has been. Of course, I do want my channel to be successful, but I also am very passionate about doing what I want to do on my channel that makes sense to me. And you know what? I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback about using older palettes on my channel, because how I look at it is it just kind of reignites the spark for makeup that you may already have in your collection that maybe you haven't used in a while either, because I think we all get sucked into that black hole of new makeup, new palettes. And I think that there's a lot of you out there that really enjoy seeing older palettes be used again. And it, like I said, it just kind of sparks your love for the palette. You might think, oh, I haven't used that in a long time, pull it out. That type of thing. That's just where my brain's at, because I look around my collection and I see all these palettes that I have not used, and it's just stupid. It's stupid for them to sit on that shelf and in those drawers over there and not get love. And if I'm going to continue to buy new palettes, they're not going to get love. And I've had some of these palettes now for close to 2 months, have not used them. And the reason why I haven't used them is because I just get other ideas, or I'll get something else that I want to use before I use this something else. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Or I'll do like collab videos or whatever, or my true crime, or I don't know, but that's only once a month. So it's not really a good excuse, but I don't know. I just don't use them. They just sit in a box and I get on to using something else. So that's what I want to put it into. And I just have enough eyeshadow palettes that a 6-month, even a 1-year no-buy, even a 2-year no-buy would make sense for my collection. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, and this has been way too long and way too rambly, let me show you the eyeshadow palettes I've picked up over the last couple of months. And I'm going to start off with what I have on my eyelids today. And this is the Uoma Beauty Coming to America palette. Isn't that cute? Now, Steph, not your basic Steph, my best friend, of course, I'll have her channel linked in my description box. Anybody that I talk about in this video that has a channel, I'll link in my description box, of course. This was her palette. She just really wasn't using this. We were on a video chat one day and she said, you know what? I'm thinking about decluttering this palette. Would you like it? And when she showed me the color story, look how beautiful that is. I was like, yeah, I would really like to try this palette. And so she sent it to me. And I used these two shades on my lid, these two matte shades. I used a combination of these three shimmer shades, this one, and this one on my lid as well. And then I used a dark purple matte out of the Certified Tropical Wonders palette on my lower lash line, because these two shades just don't really do much for me on my lower lash lines other than make me look sick. But really impressed with how this palette performed. I think this is a really fun, unique color story. And I really do like how this look came together. So of course, I have to say a huge thank you to Steph. Thank you so much for sending me this palette. And I'm really excited to use this again. It's gorgeous. The next two palettes I'm gonna show, I picked up at TJ Maxx. And TJ Maxx actually in my area has been doing better in stocking good makeup, because for a long time they had nothing in there. And another thing that I think is so strange is that a lot of times when I go into TJ Maxx, their eyeshadow palettes are destroyed. It's like some little kid, or I hope it's a little kid and not an adult, has gone in and just destroyed the shades. They're all broken, they're all over the floor. I'm like, what is going on around here? Like, they really need to have like a security guard standing at the end of the little makeup center saying, control yourselves, people. So the first one is the Passion in Paris palette from BH Cosmetics. And I've seen so many people use this palette on their channels and was just totally smitten with the color story, but yet just never went onto the website to pick it up, because I kind of felt like, do I need this? I have this color story, maybe not in this exact configuration, but I felt like I had these shades already. But when I went into TJ Maxx and I saw this and it was like, I don't know, $4 or $5, I thought you would be really dumb to not get this palette. I've had this now for at least 2 months. It's just been sitting up on my shelf. So this is something that I'll be filming with very soon, because I really want to try this palette. Why get it if you're not going to try it? But I think it's gorgeous. And I love the travel series of palettes that BH Cosmetics put out in the past. Just amazing. I have several of them and they're all really nice. And I just love all the different tones in here. Purples, blues, greens, some neutrals. Really going to be fun to play with this palette. The next one I picked up from TJ Maxx is the ABH Norvina Collection Volume 1. I could not believe that TJ Maxx had this. I think this was $15, $19, something like that. And I've wanted to try one of these palettes for a long time, but they're so freaking expensive. And I'm a total cheapskate. Isn't that gorgeous? I know the lighting kind of makes it look a little funky. I have swatched the shimmers in here. They're gorgeous, beautiful. I do believe that some of these are pressed pigments. Is that right? I think that's what I read on the box, but I tolerate pressed pigments just fine. But yeah, I will be filming with this too. I will, I promise. I mean, I'm just looking at these palettes thinking, where has my brain been for the last 2 months? I don't know. But this actually got stuck on my bookshelf downstairs, or my DVD shelf, and I don't know. I just forgot it was there. I really did. Like last week I was walking by and I'm like, that's where that Norvina palette went. Okay, I need to bring this up into my beauty room. So I have now. But yeah, really excited to film with it, and really happy that TJ Maxx in my area is getting their poo together. The next two palettes are from Glamlight. The first one is the Michaela 2 palette. I've had this for a very long time and have not done anything with it yet. And I love the gold glitter in the front. Isn't that cute? Similar to the Michaela 1, except for the Michaela 1, does that have silver glitter or multicolored glitter? I can't remember. But look how absolutely gorgeous this color story is. And what really sold me on this color story are all the green shades in here, because I love green eyeshadows. Huge fan of Glamlight, have been since I used the first palette I ever tried from the brand, which was the Michaela 1. I'm pretty sure that was my first Glamlight palette. I just love the formula of their mattes and their shimmers, and I just think this is a gorgeous palette. I mean, I don't know, I don't really have an excuse as to why I haven't used it yet, other than I just have too many eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, I'll be filming with this one soon as well. The next one from Glamlight was gifted to me from Kim's Happy Place, my Kimmy Poo, and this is the Glamlight Cake palette. Isn't this cute? It's like an oven. So you flip this little bad boy up, and then you open this up, and then here's the actual palette inside the box. Isn't that cute? My husband even thought that was cute. Let me take it out and I'll show it to you. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I know that some people aren't big fans of like food themed makeup, but I just think it's really cute. I might have to like display this in my room here somewhere. But look at how beautiful that color story is. And Kim just did a video where she swatched this palette. And I fell in love with it even more after she swatched the shades. Just so beautiful. I love everything about this palette. I love the packaging. I love the color story. So pretty. Oh, the shimmers and the match just look awesome. And Kim and I actually are going to be doing a collab with this palette in June 21st. I'm not going to tell you anything more other than we're doing a collab with this palette on June 21st. And I really want to say a huge thank you to Kim for sending me this. She just blew my mind. I had no idea she was sending me this palette. She said, keep your eye out. I sent you something. And I'm like, oh, Kim, you sweetheart. And then when I opened this up, I was like, Kim, oh my gosh. I mean, you know, I have some really sweet, kind, generous friends here on this platform, and I really, really appreciate them more than I can put into words. Then I picked up a couple things from Beauty Creations, and this is a brand I've wanted to try for a while. I've heard a lot of people talking about Beauty Creations. I've seen people use their palettes on their YouTube channels, create looks on Instagram. So I went onto their website and I got a code, or they were having a sale, I think it was. I got the code applied to the sale. And so I applied the code to my purchase, and I got these eyeliners here. These are gel liners. Let me take them out of the bag here. I'll just take out a few of these, but there's just beautiful colors in here. You know, just really nice. This one's kind of more of a pinky orangey color. This one's red. Then we have like a, I don't know, peachy color, green, purple, and then there's a bunch more in that bag too. I just don't really have time to get them all out today because I'm filming this before work. But they look amazing, and I'm really excited to try them. Kind of give my ColourPop cream gel liners a break and try something new. So that's going to be really fun. And then I picked up this palette. This is the Ariel palette from Beauty Creations. And I just saw this color story, and I was like, okay, this is gorgeous. And Shannon and I, Shannon Carroll and I, we did a collab, and she used this palette. I picked out shades from this palette for her to use in our collab video. And yeah, I saw her look. It was so beautiful. Saw her use that palette, obviously. And so when I went onto the website, when I got the email saying they were having a sale, I was like, oh, well, okay, push me. Why don't you just nudge me right into that sale? Why don't you, Beauty Creations? But when I went on their website and I saw this, I was like, oh, that's the palette that Shannon used. And I loved her look. So yeah, picked it up. Really excited to play with this. I've had this for longer than I want to admit. The next couple things I'm going to show you are from the brand Blend Bunny. And I've had a palette and a brush set from this brand for, oh, probably over 3 weeks. And I've been wanting to try this brand for so long. It took me forever to pick which palette I wanted. I just wanted to treat myself to something. And I mean, Blend Bunny was just my, you know, the brand that I was like up here. I'm like, I got to try it. And then it's just been sitting in a box for 3 weeks. Ridiculous. So let me start off with the brushes. And they're all still in the little plastic sleeves. And I just don't have time to take them all out right now. But they just look amazing, these brushes. Like the sizes and the shapes. And they feel good, you know. And of course, when I film the video using these brushes and the palette, I'll obviously go into a lot more detail and take them out of the plastic sleeves so you can really see what they look like. But the palette that I finally settled on is the Lure palette. I love the packaging. So pretty. It's like fish scales, and it's like very, you know, multi-chrome, beautiful, beautiful packaging. And then look at this color story. I mean, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And what I think I might do with this palette, I don't know if, did I mention this at the beginning? I'm really thinking about either having July or August be a month full of multiple look videos. And what I think I'm going to do with this palette is create a multiple look video with it, and maybe do it by column. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looks. That'd be kind of fun, right? Or who knows? I might change my mind about that. But this palette and the brush set is one of the main reasons why I'm doing a 6-month no-buy, because I've wanted, like I said, I've wanted to try this brand for so long, and the fact that it's just been sitting here, there's just no reason for me to continue to buy shadow palettes right now. I mean, none. I need to use these, but really, really excited to finally be trying this brand. Okay, 2 more palettes and we're done. And these are both from Beauty Bay. And I filmed my video ranking my Beauty Bay palettes that I have. And several people in the comment section gave me some ideas of picking up these 2 palettes. They're like, I really think you would like these palettes. Some of the people that mentioned these palettes are fellow creators who I have seen film with these palettes. People that, you know, of course, I know well and who I trust completely with their makeup tastes. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to go onto the Beauty Bay website and pick up these 2 palettes. They happen to be on sale, really good sale. I think they were like 50% off. So let me show them to you. The first one is the Earthy palette. And I am so excited to try this palette. It's got greens in it. Green eyeshadows are my favorite, and tons of different tones of green. This is another palette that I definitely will be doing a multiple look video with. Absolutely. Because I don't think I could just do a one look video with this palette, or a two look. I'm gonna have to do a few, maybe 5. That might be kind of fun. How many? 1, 2, 3, or 6? Maybe 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count. 7 rows, maybe a 7 look video. Do it by row. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, just gorgeous. And I'm such a huge fan of Beauty Bay palettes. So this has, again, been sitting in a box for, I don't know, a couple weeks. Ridiculous. And then the last palette is the Midnight palette from Beauty Bay. And this is the one that I really wanted to get initially. I don't know why the earthy one wasn't one I wanted to get initially, because I love green eyeshadows. But, and I used to be terrified of blue eyeshadows, but I just think this is such a gorgeous color story and so many fun options in here. And this will also be in a multiple look video, because there's no way I can just do 1 or 2 looks with this palette. No way. And those take me a little bit longer to film. I think that's kind of why I've maybe put off doing that. I don't know what my excuse is. I'm trying to like figure out why I haven't used all these yet. I don't know, but that's going to change. And I'm so excited to finally be using this. Oh, isn't it pretty? Let me hold it up closer to you. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I'm so excited. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about both this palette and the earthy palette. Like the quality of everything in the palette works so well. Oh, I cannot wait. So that was my Palooza, or my palette Palooza, whatever you want to call it. I will be using all of these palettes soon on my channel. I promise you that. And I do have a little bit of a favor to ask of you guys. If there's something that you maybe remember seeing if you watched my palette collection videos and you'd like to see me use it on my channel, please let me know about that in the comment section. I would love suggestions because, you know, that's a 6-month time span. That's kind of a long time. And if I'm not going to be getting new palettes, although I have plenty of new palettes right here, but I'm just saying, like, you know, eventually I'm going to use all these and I can use them again. But, you know, I would love to have suggestions from you guys. If there's something that you'd like me to use on my channel, maybe that I've already used, I mean, whatever, just let me know. And I'll make a list of things and then I'll just start going down the list, hopefully. Although I've had a list of videos I wanted to film going since I started my channel, and there's still things I haven't filmed yet. But that's, I really do want to change that this year, 2023. I want this to be the year of change, where I actually create videos that I want to create that have been on a list for way too long, and just get her done. I want to know if you guys have any of these palettes, what you think of them. We can chat about that in the comment section. But just, I'm ready. Like, I'm pumped. I'm super amped and excited to finally carry out my goals here on my channel. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash that like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again on my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.